Okay. Before we're going to have the teaching, we have a very important event that we will be uh, actually, it's already there. This is it's regarding our KFC. So this is a global event wherein Sister Ja has to present to you. It will take a little bit longer because we have around 20 slides or 28 slides in total. So I have to give this chance to her because it's very important for our youngest ministry in our community. I'm going to call our KFC coordinators, Sister Jasmine and Brother Panel to come forward.
Good afternoon po, brothers and sisters. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Not to spend so much time here while waiting for the problema sa slides. So I may as well use the time. Are you hungry? Yeah. You shouldn't be hungry. Mamaya pa yung kainan. So anyway, we are here to talk about the Kids for Christ ministry. We are in the Philippines. They're launching the Global Day of Service. It is kasi dapat global ito is 50th year Global Day of Service. In the Philippines. So really, over here in the UK, we've only started it maybe for few. That was only last year, but it hasn't really been implemented properly. So hopefully, this is easier. And the objective of this Global Day of Service is we continue our acts of love and service through the corporal acts of mercy, but with a different perspective. We will look for those in need, offering material gifts and friendship. We will be one with them, more than being beneficiaries. They are our brothers and sisters, a family. We will give them our most precious gift, our time. I know it is sometimes it's easier to give money, di ba? Oh, magpadala na lang ako. I'll just give money. But I think this time we are really encouraged to give our time, not just our money. I think we have to, this is our theme really, the essence of it is to be one with our beneficiaries and to remind families of their calling to serve God and to live out their declaration of faith.
To encourage families to put their faith into action by being servants and lights to other families. To emphasize that this year's GDS is about oneness, treating each participant not just as beneficiaries, but as part of one family.
We are reminded as well of the Gospel of Mark from verse 9 to 30, chapter 9, verse 33 to 37, the greatest in the kingdom. So, who is the greatest in the kingdom of God? So please, you should have I'm not ready for this, but I should have the gospel. The Bible is in the KFC on the other side. But anyway, so we will be, you have read on but the essence of it is that they are asking who is the greatest in the kingdom of God. So whoever is the servant, you will see later on. So when you say the greatest, it defines who is the important, who is famous, who is excellent. That is our worldly definition of greatness, di po ba? But we are called, as families, we are called to serve. Families are, the gospel reminds us of the many things. To think of others first.
To be humble and to always take care of the vulnerable ones. Just reminded them, no? Yeah. Jesus. Whoever wants to be great must be always willing and ready to serve others first. If anyone wishes to be first, he shall be the last of all and the servant of all. To be great in Jesus' eyes, to be the servant of all.
So that is, to be great in Jesus' eyes is we should be the servant of all. We shouldn't be, if you're a leader, you are not there to be praised, to be worshipped, but you are there to lead and to serve your members. And as families, we are called to serve other families, especially the less fortunate families. So our goal is to be great in the eyes of God as His children and as a family. Joshua 24 verse 15, as a domestic church, a family is called to serve others. In the Bible, we see Joshua, the successor of Moses, as he declared his intentions to serve God with his family. If it is disagreeable in your sight to serve the Lord, choose for yourselves today whom you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served, which were beyond the river, or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land you are living.
But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Joshua reminded the Israelite families of the Lord's faithfulness to them, and that it is but right to live a life of love and serve to Him. Today, your family is invited to make a similar declaration, a declaration of faith, a declaration to serve God as a family like Joshua. Whatever circumstance our family, maybe we can serve in any capacity that we can. To serve as a family allows us to be a light to the other families, sharing with them with the same light that we have received from Jesus.
So we will be talking about the corporal works of mercy. These are specific corporal works. These are specific actions that Jesus when he is here on earth, is able to serve others. So the first corporal works of mercy are concrete expressions of God's love and mercy. I think that's also mentioned in the NATCO, no? Your corporal works of mercy. Charitable actions by which we come to the aid of our neighbor. I think we only don't have to think of ourselves because we live as a community. Sometimes we are so comfortable with ourselves now. Oh, I can do. I've got money. I've got my family with me. But we are not so sensitive with the needs of other families, diba? Although we got problems, but we have to look and see our neighbors and see how are they doing.
Jesus performed these very acts of mercy. When He was still here on earth, He wants us to do the same because by doing works of mercy, we show our love for Jesus, just what like Jesus said. Whoever receives one child such as this in my name receives me, and whoever receives me receives not maybe me but the one who sent me. This is to see all persons as if they were in Christ in.
So the corporal works of mercy there are 7 corporal works of mercy. Feed the hungry, give drinks to the thirsty, clothe the naked, shelter the homeless, visit the sick, visit the imprisoned, and bury the dead. Maybe you will think that we're doing this anyway. Maybe as nurses, we do that. But I think beyond the salary we're having as nurses, maybe we have to go beyond that and feed the hungry. I'm sure we all do this. And it's just easy to feed the hungry. Oh, I'll just send money, mag-feeding program na lang sa Philippines or something like that, no? Oh, I'll just contribute kasi. But the GDS, the Global Day of Service, is teaching us to be one with our beneficiaries. To be one and to give our time, not just money, but to give time to eat what they eat, and we should be eating what they eat as well. Kung whatever is there, we have to share. Clothed yan na. So that's all the 7 works of mercy po. So the Global Day day of service, Philippines have suggested some of the activities that we can do as, this is a chapter activity po. So if you feed hungry, fellowship dining, so families can prepare meals and add a little extra for sharing with other families. Give drink to the thirsty. So we got dining, sharing meals and drinks. Families can prepare meals and add a little extra for sharing with other communities. We clothe the naked, sharing of pre-loved clothes and toys. Families can prepare meals, but you can see it's more of fellowship. It's just not just because of giving donations or anything else, but it's more of dining, of fellowship with them. Kasi we just give and we go. But this time, we have to be with them. Shelter the homeless. Paris clean, we maybe clean the and then clean the dining, and then we go fellowship. Visit the sick, make get well soon cards. Maybe the kids can make get well soon cards, and then the CFC can bring it to the imprisoned, no? To the hospital, or visit the imprisoned, make letters for the prisoners to encourage them and bury the dead, to clean the tomb, or something like that. And after that, we can dine and eat together as family. Yeah, so we will be getting in contact with Brother Joy as our chapter leader, and we will be maybe think of something, one corporal works of mercy, of what we can do as a chapter po. We have to think of the recipient as well, who will be the beneficiaries. Maybe I can ask as well, in your area, maybe you can ask, I can ask the sisters who are their beneficiaries in Emertha maybe, no, who we can give maybe yung mga pre-loved clothes, and maybe we can also, after that, we have to dine with them. That is the call for us, to give our time. Maybe in Swansea, and then maybe we can gather together again as leaders and as members and to decide in which one is better for us. Or shall we do that maybe in Angkop, if we can bring pre-loved clothes in Angkop or within your household, and then we can put them all together? Is that okay po, household leaders? Yeah. And then we can gather them together and we will decide for the recipient kung sino ang ma-recipient natin, maybe before Christmas or even November time. Would that be okay po?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I will be in contact with Brother Roy, and you can also message us for anything, so that we can maybe it's just easier actually, well, in a way, than compared to the previous year. Hopefully we'll be able to implement it po.
Families for all families. According to Pope Francis, loneliness causes tremendous harm, including to families. We are reminded of the opportunity and call to serve other families. Regardless of our realities, we can still be a gift to one other families.
Yes, regardless of our realities, we can still be a gift to other families. Diba? Tama naman, diba? Even though we have our own problems, but we can also be a gift to others. Because we are all the same, and we are all in the same boat. With your charism, you can become rescuer, attentive to those who are in need, those who are alone, those who have family problems and do not know how to talk about them because they are ashamed or have lost hope. As a family raised by God to serve, we are called to be for others, families for families, more than our gifts and financial help. We journey with them, we all go out for our way and help them, be present with them and walk with them. No family is too poor to not to be able to offer something to others. And no family is too rich not to need anything. We need each other. That's right. No family is too poor to not be able to offer something to others. And no family is too rich not to need anything. We need each other. Today, as a family, we will do corporal works of mercy. Well, not today. We have to decide on the day. For other families, we will share not only material things, but we will share ourselves in our precious time. it should be a day of fellowship and oneness. I think that concludes it, but we will be maybe doing the prayer when we all gathered with our children. Yun, okay lang po ba yun, bro? Yeah, so that's it po. The launch of our Global Day of Service. So hopefully, we will be thinking about it po. Thank you.
So, actually, it's been long overdue. They've been doing this back in the Philippines for the last couple of years. And this time, you know, those 7 corporal work nurses, we can't do everything here in the UK. In the Philippines, definitely, if we can add one more corporal work nurse, then we can. But here, like going within prison, visiting prison, we can't just do that. There's a lot of things that we can follow. Safeguard. We need. So we got a lot of paperwork to do. We need to apply for that permit and so on. But I think Sister Ja just told us that we can do one corporal work of mercy and giving your pre-love clothes that will help. It's not those clothes that you don't use anymore or those clothes that are not useful at all. Pre-love clothes are those clothes that can be used in any occasions. So, Brother Arnold said he can donate his pre-love musical instrument. Hopefully this is going to work.
Yung pre-love item ko, bro.
Ito lang, itong ano lang. Okay lang. Go ahead. Okay, so brothers and sisters, welcome once again to our General Assembly. So, if you can see, ayaw yata gumana sa So, if you can see, it says it's about Mary's nativity, the dawn of our salvation. And that's our theme for this September GA. And I think we going to talk more about this, but I'm not going to go farther because we might be ending up until around 7 o'clock tonight. Okay? So, Mary's nativity. Who knows about Mary's nativity? Is it Christmas? Okay. When it comes to nativity, it says that it's the birth of our Blessed Virgin Mary. Yeah, so the nativity of the Blessed Virgin Mary, or they call it the Nativity of Mary, or they can call it Mary Mass, like Christmas, or the birth of the Virgin Mary. They are all the same. And it refers to the Christian feast. They celebrating the birth of our Mother Mary. So, and this is our anchor verse. That's our anchor verse. Just a little bit of adjustment. So, if you can see a while ago, Brother Pano exhortation is regarding our anchor verse. Yeah? And he chose this because he thinks actually he did us, if that can be. And they said, yes, definitely. Whatever touch you for your exhortation, you can have it. You can do it. And I was actually surprised. I was amazed when Brother Pano asked me about this. And so what are the things that we need to consider about this anchor verse? Just looking on the slide, what are the things that you can consider about the verse? Because actually there's a core idea on that verse as well. And there's a reward on that verse. And, of course, you can see the example of Jesus on that verse. Okay? The core idea on this verse? It's the passage that is, we gain our lives by giving them away. That's the core idea of this verse. We gain our lives by giving them away. And what is the reward? Whoever wishes to come after me must deny him. Right. It's because the reward for this is, according to the Bible, it says that God rewards those who set aside the things of this world and instead sow into His kingdom. Yeah? And of course, that's a good example for Jesus. Yeah? And Jesus took His cross with great humility and obedience to His Father. He put God's will and His love for us above Himself, even to the point of death. See, those are the things that we can consider on this verse. In short, nobody who follows Jesus can hold on to even the smallest bit of their agenda, their own dreams, their own way of living in the world. They must sacrifice every ounce of self. If they would choose to walk with Jesus, that's the way that you need to do, brothers and sisters. A true disciple of Christ is one that follows Him in duty and shall follow Him in glory as well. So, September ushers the anticipation for the festive seasons of Christmas. Why? And it's also the feast of Mother Mary's Nativity tomorrow. And Mary's Nativity is the cause for joy, as it is considered the dawn of salvation. What is dawn of salvation? When you woke up in the morning, before waking up in the morning, can we consider that as dawn?
Yes.
So it means it's the beginning, isn't it? Yes, brothers and sisters. In the Philippines, when it comes to birth months, we already start decorating our houses with Christmas decors. And it is known as the only one. Philippines is the only one who ushers Christmas festivities starting in September 1. And as soon as the birth months hit, it's the start of Christmas season for us in the Philippines, which refers to the four last months of the year. Diba? We're still, when it comes to birth, we're already thinking about what am I going to use on those parties? Am I going to attend these parties on this committee? Do I need to attend to that committee? What are the gifts that I'm going to give? The present that I'm going to give to my inaanak, di ba? Or to my children. But of course, it's the feast of our Mother Mary's Nativity. The church has celebrated this feast I think that was 6th century ago. So they've been celebrating this since 6th century ago. And of course, possibly there are a lot of us who doesn't know about the nativity of our Virgin Mary. Because we're just thinking about the nativity of Jesus. Who among you just heard the nativity of Mary today? Okay. So everybody knows about it, is that? Except for one. And honestly, Brother Don said he doesn't know about the nativity of Mary. Sigurado kayo? You know? Okay. So this nativity actually been celebrated 6th century because of the Eastern Church, which begins September. September 8 is the date held for the Feast of the Immaculate Conception on December 8. And this feast day is exactly 9 months. 9 months after the solemnity of the Immaculate Conception on December 8. So we have this nativity of the Virgin Mary. Do you know who are the parents of Mary? Wow, talaga. Somebody's reading. Tama. It's Saint Anne and Saint Joachim. They were Saint Anne was conceived at a very old age. She's been praying a lot. Saint Joachim, he's been praying as well. He even went somewhere for 80 days or something like that. And they only have one child. And it's Mary. She'd been longing to have a child. And Saint Anne was a barren. And yet, even though she's old, God answered her prayers. So, Mary was conceived and born in a normal way. However, having been justified at her conception, she was born full of grace. And that is according to Luke 1, verse 28. She was born full of grace. In this gift of God, she grew her cooperation without sinning. Remember, without sinning to the end of her life. Bakit kaya? Why? And Mary's nativity is the cause for joy, as it is considered the dawn of her salvation. It is because it marked the beginning of an era of grace and salvation in Jesus Christ and ushered in the whole world so that we can have that kind of hope. And Mary foreshadowed God's love, which was perfectly expressed by Jesus. Mary's birth is a symbol, brothers and sisters, of the hope and expectation of God's faithful people. We are those people. And Mary's birth was a joyful prelude to the great gift of salvation, which is the dawn of salvation. And you know, just as the dawn announces the new arrival of a new day, so the birth of Mary is the hope and dawn of our salvation. So, Mary's nativity is the cause for joy, great joy, as it is considered the dawn of our salvation, and that is according to Marialis Cultos in 1972. I think that is Pope Saint Paul VI. He wrote that in 1972, and according to him, it says there that she gave the world its Redeemer, the source of all graces. And in this sense, she is the channel of all graces. She really cooperated with God's plan as the Annunciation at the key moment of salvation. History, she represented the whole of family of man. And there's another Archbishop in LA. Is Cardinal Roger Mahoney. It says there, by linking our prayer to Mary to our adoration of Jesus in the most blessed sacrament, we have been given a new and spiritually rich avenue to Christ through his mother. You know, throughout the centuries, brothers and sisters, there's a lot of Catholic writers who have shown how devotion to Mary can lead us closer to Jesus. A lot of writers. And then, you know, there's a lot of devotions that being done. And we've been doing that as well, like what we're doing every Wednesday. We have our prayer warrior group, as well as our Mother Perpetual Help Novena. We're doing the devotion not only because of Mary. We're doing those because we want to be closer to God. We want to be closer to Jesus. And it says here as well that, according to Cardinal Mahoney, it says that everyone who prays the Rosary with this scriptural reflection and prayers will be drawn more intimately into the full Paschal mystery of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And according to CCC 2708, it says that it's a Catholic, what they call this? Catechism, Catholic Catechism of the, Catechism of the Catholic Church, CCC. It says that the Christian prayer tries above all to meditate on the mystery of Christ, as in Lectio Divina or the Rosary. So, the Immaculate Conception declares that Mary, from the very first moment of her conception, was preserved from all stain of original sin by the merits of her Son's future life, death, and resurrection. So, I just told